Do not invest in rentals. Please, please, and please do not invest in rentals, at least for those of you who are in Uganda. And I'm not speaking to all the persons, I'm speaking to people of my minds, I'm speaking to people of my age group or age bracket, and I have a lot of reasons. So please, before you judge me, first sit down, listen to them. I know somebody will say rubbish, rubbish. Why? Because majority of you have actually been brainwashed into thinking that when I invest in rentals, well, I'll be making a lot of money. The truth of the matter is no, you won't be making a lot of money. And this is why. In rental business, when you invest in rentals, emizigo, you're actually investing in a lot of money. You're dumping money that would have been more profitable, and it's not making as much profit as such. In this video today, I'm going to share all the businesses that you might need to consider to invest in other than rental business. Now, when I talk of rental, somebody might say, oh, you're saying real estate has no money, but other big people, rich people have invested in real estate. Well, to be sure, real estate is a big thing, but I'm just speaking at just a section of real estate, which is rental. But I'm also going to talk about how you can actually invest in real estate and make money, in addition to other businesses that you can actually do to make money instead of just building rentals. So please sit back, relax. I'm going to break down each and everything for you to be able to understand my point. Now, before we break down everything, I want to remind you to come and pay us a visit at Sungura House, Bukoto. We are located along Bukoto Chisasi Road after the traffic lights. We sell rabbit meat, we sell chicken, goat, food. In simple terms, delicious meals, ladies and gentlemen. We have pizza, we have milkshakes. You can even host there your small meeting or a birthday party. You're more than glad. Please call us on these numbers and we shall be more than glad to actually help you or host you at our facility. So why not? Let's go into that. Now, I'm glad you're still watching The Duke's Farm. My name is Dennis Duke Wonyala. In case you did not know, I am a proud farmer, former journalist, but now I enjoy farming to the fullest. So I said a lot of young people have been brainwashed into thinking that rental business can actually make a lot of money. Here's the thing. In rental business, you're more likely to get roughly around 10 or 20% at most increment in the value of whatever you have invested in. Rental business is not an asset per se. Put the word asset in brackets. Now, why did I say it is not an asset? Is simply because you are in if you have a business or if you have something that is considered an asset is where you make money. Anything liability wise is something that you keep investing your money in. Take for example that rental property, you're going to keep maintaining all the time. Why? Because things keep breaking down. This has broken down, the other has broken down. You're paying rental tax, you're paying this, so you keep investing in that business. Maybe 2% out of the 10% profit that you make annually. Well, now you know where you're falling. Now let me even break it further. You have 100 million Uganda shillings. Let's break it down at 100 million. So you have 100 million Uganda shillings. That's about 30,000 USD, roughly. Okay, so you will use like 15K, or 10K. Let's just put 10K. That's about, I'm counting like 20 million Uganda shillings to buy land. Now, 20 million within the outskirts of Kampala, it will take you in places like Mukono, it will take you in places like Wakiso, places like After Gayaza, and so forth and so on. Those places are not heavily populated, and very little people are willing to drive or have sit in a taxi for that long distance to be able to rent your property. So meaning the demand for your property will be really low. Let me even break it down. When you get land in that area, you will need at most 80 million to set up something that's quite reasonable, something good. Let's say you have 5 units of those. In these areas that I've talked about, that rent you will be collecting from those rooms will not go above $100. So meaning, let's say you're collecting $100 in each of those, but you spent, remember, 30,000 USD. Every month you're collecting, let's say, maybe you have 4 units, you're collecting 400 USD. How long is it going to take you to collect back your money? Let's just do the calculations. Actually, even 100 USD is a lot. Because rooms in those, renting in those areas is like 250,000 Uganda shillings. And if we break that down, 250,000, that would be like $69. Let's say $70 is what you collect per room. So you have 4 rooms. That's about 280 USD, ladies and gentlemen, every month. Let's say in a year we have 12 months, right? So $280 times 12, that's about 3,360 USD. Let's assume you've used 1,000 in maintenance, or 500 USD. Let's just say 500. It means you'll have a total of about $286 remaining as collection from your rental. With 2,860 USD collected in a single year, means it will cost you roughly around 10 good years to be able to recoup back your 30,000 USD. Somebody would say, oh, the value. Well, the value of the land will have increased maybe by 10 or 20%, which is a good thing. Land in Uganda keeps growing. Within 10 years, boom. But if you bought land at 20 million, within 10 years, it can only sell maybe around 100 million. Maybe. That's an increment of about 80%, which is, again, not very true, you know. So we are assuming it might have increased maybe 50%. So you can sell it at maybe 60 or 70 million Uganda shillings. Again, one other thing you need to know is the structure. The house on that land will have lost value. Why? Because property or house does not increase in value after a period of time. Why? Because different architectural designs keep developing every other single day. Before you know it, we shall have abandoned that kind of setting, that kind of architectural work, into something totally different that is now the in thing. So I hope you now know where this discussion is going. You then start making profits after 10 years. That's when you start making profits. Why would you invest 30,000 USD and then be able to recoup it back after 10 years and then be able to make a profit there after 10 years? Do you know how much money you can make when you invest that 30,000 in other businesses? Now, let me give you real estate deals that you can invest in. Number one, buy and sell land. It is not as simple as that, but you can learn. Buy land, take for example, in places like Mukono, places like Wakiso, places like Kayunga Road, places like Gayaza. Buy an acre, maybe 50 million or 60 million. If you have your 30,000 USD, that's about 100 million. You can get like your 2 acres in different spaces. Now, 2 acres, that's about, let's say, 14 plots. You subdivide it into 14 plots. Now, each plot, sell it at 15 million, okay? Let's just make a calculation there. 15 million times 14 plots, that's about 210 million Uganda shillings. Now, within a period, I'm assuming again, you land in those, again, you don't just buy land and subdivide. No, buy land, a hot cake land. 50 million, you can get somewhere closer to the roads. So that means you will be able to, you know, negotiate and bargain to get a good deal. Within 6 months to get back your money, even if it took you 1 year to sell all these plots, ladies and gentlemen, you'll have recouped back your money within 1 year and made a profit of equally the same money. We've counted 110 million. Of course, we are assuming all the other things have also been catered in, all the cost of subdividing, bringing a surveyor, processing land titles, paying for broker fee and stuff like that are all included here. Take, for example, maybe you've used 40 million and you have a profit of 60 million. Ladies and gentlemen, within a year, after investing your 30 USD and be able to get back maybe like 20,000 USD, and you now have, within a year, you have 50,000, USD on your account, buying and selling of land. That is number one. Number two, buying land and building and selling. You don't hold on it. You buy land maybe at 30 million, you build a house, a very nice house at 70 million, and you sell it at 200 million. It of course might stay on the market for quite some time, maybe a few months, but if you're lucky enough to get it, out of the market within 1 month or 2-3 months, the better. But even if you sold it after 1 year, you'll have made some good profits. And this is a business that I'm seeing one of my friends is doing, heavily investing in it, and he's making lots of money. Or another thing, what you can do in real estate, you can go and rent an apartment in town. Go rent it, don't buy it. Okay, if you have a lot of money, you can buy. But this is what you do. You do what we call Airbnb, or you can just be doing furnished apartments. You can choose to build your rentals whatever you want and then make them furnished apartments where people that are coming from wherever they are in the diaspora, they come to Uganda for a holiday, your place will be a home for them. Now, everything that I'm talking about here requires you to do a little bit of research, a little bit of in-depth analysis on how exactly to handle it. And of course, I can help you go about that, but of course at a fee. Thank you so much. Reach me out on these numbers and I'll be more than glad to help you. Now, you can invest in hardware business. Now, why again? Hardware is connected to the real estate. Find a location. By the way, hardwares don't really require a lot. What you need is a good location, and by good location is a location where you're very sure people here are going to build. So go into an area where there are estates people are building, or even places that are populated. Set up your hardware. A hardware can start, even with 15 or 20 or 30 million, you can start your hardware. Even with less than that, you can still start your hardware. And here's the trick. Once you are experienced and you've been buying products from a specific company, what you do is they can even give you products at a loan. Okay, you don't have to pay up all that money. What they do, take for example cement, they can give it to you at a loan, and then you keep paying in small quantities. Like they fill up your store with cement or iron sheets, but that only comes after a long time and you've built your portfolio as a reputable person. Okay. Now, with your 30,000 USD that we started with, you can as well invest in farming. Now, a lot of you have been brainwashed to think, oh, farming has no money. I've been a farmer for the last couple of years, and I'm telling you, you can make money in farming. I'm not just saying this for the camera. I'm telling you the truth. The number one venture that you can invest in is goat farming. Now, goat farming is a lucrative business. You can scroll through my videos on this channel. There are a lot of people that are doing goat farming, and I can comfortably tell you they are making a lot of money. You can equally invest in goat farming. Buy land, maybe in spaces like, or places like Luero, places, whatever you choose, for as long as the land is cheap in terms of 8 million or 2,000 USD per acre. Get like as many acres as you can afford, and then stock your breeds, set up a few things. Again, I can help you set up a farm. So I can give you information before you even venture into that. So you can do all these things and be able to get money in farming, and not just any other venture. Goat farming, you can do goat farming. You can do a feedlot, have a feedlot where you raise cows and be able to sell meat. You can do chicken farming. But also, like I said, any other business, you require to get the knowledge that is required to manage these particular businesses. For you to be able to make money in rental business, number one that you need to understand is it requires a little bit of, it is labor and capital intensive. What do I mean? It requires some huge amounts of money. Now, if you put it in a more productive and easy to access area like Bukoto, which is a few kilometers away from the camp, maybe 6 or 5, you're going to make a lot of money. But again, buying land in those areas is quite costly. Take for example, a plot can go for up to 500 million. Take for example, you got a plot at 500 million and then you took maybe 200 other millions to, or 300, that's about 800. So you've invested $1 billion. But remember, the returns are equally going to be high because plots are rather rooms in those areas or apartments go for 1.5, 2 million, not even fashion, but just rentals, So it's going to be easy for you to recoup back your money in the shortest time possible. But the investment that is required for you to invest there is really, really huge that I believe not everybody can afford. So before you, venture into something, first seek knowledge and be open to learn. Let me tell you, if you went out there asking every other person that owns property, they will tell you that, hey, investing in rentals is not a good idea, and they would never advise you to do so because they've seen it. And another reason why I think it's not the best is because chances of you actually getting tenants is lower, and also chances of you or tenants running away with your money is quite high. And as you know, there are new laws in Uganda that protect the tenants. So you cannot just come and, throw them out of your own house. They can sue you and actually win against you. So you need to understand some of these things. Instead of going into businesses that require a lot of, a lot of work, go into businesses that require little work, yet they give you more money. Invest in rentals only if you're keeping your money there. If you're a young man, you can make money with your money. Invest it elsewhere, and then you can later on, when you want to keep your money, rental business is keeping your money. Simple. That's it. I know some of you grew up, on money got from rentals. That was not the money. That was not the profit. They were just recouping back their money. I hope you got my point. My name is Dennis Duke. For any consultations, please hit me up on this number, and I'll be more than glad to help you. Until then, it's a goodbye.